The air crackles with anticipation. Shadows lengthen, twisting familiar shapes into something strange and exciting. Costumes transform us into creatures of myth and legend. It's Halloween, a night where the veil between worlds thins, and we celebrate the thrill of the unknown. But behind the costumes and candy, a rich tapestry of history awaits, woven from ancient rituals and cultural adaptations. Our journey begins not among suburban lawns and plastic pumpkins, but in the ancient Celtic lands, a world of druids and standing stones. These lands, shrouded in mist and mystery, were the cradle of a festival that has echoed through the ages. Here, over 2,000 years ago, the Celts celebrated Samhain, a festival marking the end of the harvest and the onset of winter. It was a time when the last crops were gathered and communities prepared for the cold, dark months ahead. It was a time of both celebration and trepidation, a liminal point in the year when the boundary between the living and the dead was at its most fragile. The Celts believed that during Samhain, the veil between worlds was thin, allowing spirits to roam the earth. On the eve of Samhain, October 31st, the Celts believed that spirits could more easily cross over, and so bonfires were lit, not just for warmth, but to ward off malevolent entities. These fires were central to the celebrations, providing light and protection. Offerings were made to appease the spirits, and costumes, often made from animal skins, were worn, perhaps to blend in with the spirits or to frighten them away. These disguises were a crucial part of the ritual, symbolizing the connection between the human and the supernatural. These ancient practices, rooted in a deep connection to the cycles of nature and the spirit world, would form the bedrock of our modern Halloween celebrations. The echoes of Samhain can still be heard today, in the flicker of a jack-o'-lantern, the rustle of autumn leaves, and the thrill of a night when anything seems possible. As centuries passed and Christianity spread throughout Europe, ancient pagan traditions were often absorbed and adapted into Christian holidays. Samhain was no exception. In the 8th century, the Catholic Church moved All Saints' Day, a day to honor all Christian saints, to November 1st. This strategic placement was likely intended to overlay and ultimately supplant the pagan festival. The evening before All Saints' Day, October 31st, became known as All Hallows' Eve, or Halloween. While the name had changed, echoes of Samhain persisted. The association with spirits in the dead remained, albeit reframed through a Christian lens. All Souls' Day, observed on November 2nd, further solidified the connection, as it was a day to commemorate the faithful departed. Halloween, with its blend of pagan and Christian influences, journeyed across the Atlantic with European immigrants, particularly the Irish, who arrived in droves during the 19th century. In America, it found fertile ground, evolving and adapting to its new environment. The Irish brought with them their traditions of carving turnips into lanterns, a practice that evolved into pumpkin carving, thanks to the abundance of pumpkins in America. As Halloween took root in America, it gradually shed its more somber aspects and evolved into a more secular, community-oriented holiday. The focus shifted from appeasing spirits to playful mischief and celebrating the season. Costumes became more about fun and creativity than warding off evil, and trick-or-treating emerged as a light-hearted way for children to engage with the community. The origins of trick-or-treating are shrouded in a bit of mystery, with various theories pointing to medieval practices of souling, where poor children would go door to door on All Souls' Day, receiving food in exchange for prayers for the dead. Whatever its precise roots, trick-or-treating, with its playful threat of trick-or-treat, became a cornerstone of the American Halloween experience. And what is Halloween without the iconic jack-o'-lantern? The tradition, as mentioned, has roots in the Irish practice of carving turnips, but the American pumpkin proved a far more suitable canvas for these glowing grins. The carved pumpkin, often illuminated from within by a candle, served as a beacon, warding off evil spirits and adding to the festive atmosphere. Today, Halloween has transcended its humble beginnings to become a cultural and economic powerhouse. It's the second largest commercial holiday in the United States, trailing only Christmas in terms of spending. From costumes and candy to decorations and parties, Americans shell out billions of dollars each year to partake in the spooky festivities. But Halloween's reach extends far beyond American shores. It's celebrated in various forms around the world, each culture adding its own unique spin to the holiday. From the elaborate Day of the Dead celebrations in Mexico to the ghostly Hungry Ghost Festival in China, Halloween's themes of death, spirits, and the supernatural resonate across cultures, albeit expressed in diverse and fascinating ways. As we've seen, Halloween is a true melting pot of traditions, a rich tapestry woven from ancient Celtic rituals, Christian influences, and American adaptations. It's a testament to the enduring power of folklore, superstition, and our fascination with the unknown. From the solemn bonfires of Samhain to the sugar-fueled frenzy of modern trick-or-treating, Halloween continues to evolve, reflecting the changing values and beliefs of each generation. The Day of the Dead. One of the most striking examples of Halloween's global reach is the Day of the Dead, or Dia de Muertos, celebrated in Mexico and parts of Central America. This vibrant holiday is a beautiful blend of indigenous traditions and Spanish influences, creating a unique cultural tapestry that honors the deceased in a way that is both solemn and festive. While often associated with Halloween, the Day of the Dead is a distinct holiday with its own unique history and traditions, rooted in indigenous Mexican beliefs about death and the afterlife. Unlike Halloween, which often focuses on the eerie and the macabre, the Day of the Dead is a celebration of life and death, a time to remember and cherish those who have passed on. Unlike Halloween's emphasis on spooky fun, the Day of the Dead is a time for remembering and honoring deceased loved ones. Families come together to share stories, memories, and laughter, creating a sense of community and continuity that spans generations. Families create elaborate altars, or ofrendas, adorned with offerings such as food, drinks, photos, and sugar skulls. These altars are often decorated with marigold flowers, candles, and personal mementos, each item carefully chosen to honor the departed, all intended to welcome the spirits of the departed back for a visit. It's believed that during this time, the spirits of the dead return to the world of the living to be with their families, who welcome them with open arms and open hearts. It's a vibrant and joyous celebration, a testament to the enduring bond between the living and the dead. The Day of the Dead is not just a time to mourn, but a time to celebrate the lives of those who have passed, ensuring that their memory lives on in the hearts of the living. Halloween around the world. From the ancient Celtic lands to the Americas and beyond, variations on Halloween traditions can be found in many corners of the globe. Each culture has its own unique way of celebrating this mystical time of year, blending ancient customs with modern festivities. In Ireland, where it all began, bonfires still blaze on Halloween night, lighting up the dark autumn sky. These fires are a nod to the ancient Samhain festival, a time when people believed the veil between the living and the dead was at its thinnest. Children often dress up as mischievous fairies rather than scary creatures, reflecting the rich folklore of the region. The playful costumes are a reminder of the magical beings that were once thought to roam the land. In China and other East Asian countries, the Hungry Ghost Festival shares similarities with Halloween. This festival is a time to honor and appease wandering spirits, ensuring they do not cause harm to the living. Offerings of food, incense, and paper money are made to appease these spirits, creating a bridge between the living and the dead. The rituals are deeply rooted in the belief that the spirits of ancestors need to be cared for and remembered. In many European countries, Halloween is a more somber affair, a time for remembering the dead and visiting cemeteries. This tradition is often intertwined with All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day, which follow Halloween. People visit the graves of loved ones, lighting candles and leaving flowers as a sign of respect and remembrance. The atmosphere is reflective and reverent, focusing on the cycle of life and death. In Austria and Germany, for example, people leave bread, water, and a lighted lamp on the table before going to bed on Halloween night. This tradition is meant to welcome the souls of deceased relatives, offering them sustenance and light for their journey. The lighted lamp symbolizes guidance, while the bread and water provide nourishment, ensuring that the spirits feel welcomed and honored. These diverse traditions highlight the universality of our fascination with death, the afterlife, and the unseen world. Despite the differences in customs, the underlying theme remains the same: a deep respect for those who have passed on and a desire to connect with the spiritual realm. The enduring spirit of Halloween. Halloween, with its ancient roots and ever-evolving traditions, continues to captivate us. It's a time for indulging in playful scares, embracing the unknown, and connecting with our inner child. Whether we're carving pumpkins, donning costumes, or simply enjoying a spooky tale, Halloween offers a unique opportunity to step outside the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary. Our own Halloween tales. As the boundaries between the real and the imagined blur on this night of spooks and sweets, let us remember that we are all part of this grand, ongoing narrative. We each add our own verses to the Halloween story, weaving our personal experiences and traditions into the fabric of this ancient celebration. So, as you light your jack-o'-lanterns and don your costumes this Halloween, take a moment to reflect on the journey that brought this holiday to your doorstep and consider the stories, both ancient and modern, that make Halloween such a uniquely captivating and enduring celebration.